powerful. Alexa, volume 6. Alright, so let's see what we have. If anybody wants a reading, you guys are free to go to check out my link in the bio and donate there. The minimum donation's $15 today. Normally it's more than that, but I want to bring new people in, and I haven't really been on in a while, so I want to get back into it and stuff. So I hope that we can do some readings for you guys today. Interesting. Okay, so we have 3 cards about very much so like strength and transformation. Those are 2 of the cards, but Mother Earth is the other card, okay? So when we think about our connection to Gaia, like do you even realize, like, do we truly realize the connection we have to her? Because like I think if we understood the deeper bond that really is there with our souls to this planet and to Mother Gaia, we wouldn't be so quick to litter or like ignore litter too. Like, it's so hard for me to ignore litter, but I can't like pick it up if I don't have gloves, you know, like it's hard. And so, but it still hurts me to see that stuff, because I've had this awakening of like, wow, like I have to be a better steward to the planet, because like if I don't do it, no one's going to. So I'll take my walks and I'll pick up litter and stuff just because like I feel that pull to do it and to connect with Gaia in that way. It's every time. I did it once and I asked for her to give me good weather because it was during that really bad heat wave in July, and she gave me the perfect weather for my son's birthday, even like the next day, and it didn't rain until right as we were leaving. So it was really, really cool. Like it was really, really cool because I asked, like, I want a little bit of rain, but I don't want to get poured on, but I want it to be cool. And so it sprinkled as we were leaving, and I was so happy because I wanted to feel the rain, but I didn't want to be like in the rain. And it's like connecting with her in that way, it's gonna make a difference. And so feeling that transformation, okay, we have numbers 22, 33, and 30 on here. So once again, 2s and 3s, looking that stuff up is important. And seeing that strength within yourself that has always been there by seeing the strength in the planet, seeing the strength in Gaia, all the shit that she's been through, and she's still here, and we're still doing all the same shit, and she's still loving us, right? So Alexa, volume 5. We have to be willing to see that we have the power to create this new chapter in our planet's existence and in our own existence, in humanity's existence. That is what this ascension is about. It's not about going somewhere else. It's about creating a better world right now and here and now, because we're already going through the ascension. All these solar flares, all these awakening, people are people, like the whole spiritual community has blown up in the last year or 2, and that's because people see that there's more to life than the mundane day-to-day shit that people have been, you know, living for so long in the Piscean age. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're here to embody being human. We're here to embody our experience. But that doesn't mean to ignore the spiritual aspect. We have to find that harmony and find that yin and yang, that balance. Okay? Let's see what else we have for the collective. So new chapter, golden crown, and celebration. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so we're seeing that when we decide to step into our new beginning, ours, I don't even like to say new chapter. I like to say you have a whole new book. Okay, like yes, there are aspects of ourselves that we have to have respect and honor, but we don't have to be the people we were even 2 seconds ago. Like we can evolve at a slow rate or a quick rate or a medium rate or whatever rate we want, but we're always evolving. Existence is evolution, okay? In motion. Like as we exist, we are constantly evolving. Even if it's just by the slightest little bit, you're getting older. Like you're growing, like no matter what. So if you want to evolve at a rate that is spiritual, it's up to us to put the work in to do it. And to get that crown activation, we have to be willing to meditate, to do the work, to do the shadow work, to get, you know, ourselves involved in the spiritual community if we want that spiritual experience. And it's time to celebrate your wins, right? Like don't get down on yourself if you feel like things aren't going as great as they could be, because it's always better than you think. It's always better than you actually, like, than we really realize. Why did this look like it moved? Is it just me? Maybe it's, no, it's not. So have hope. Don't lose faith in yourself just because you have had, you know, a couple, like we all have ups and downs. That is what frequency is. It goes up and down. It goes up and down. Frequencies don't stay still. We human beings don't stay still. We are constantly changing and growing. So it's important to be willing to look at ourselves and ask, like, what can I do better, right? And what maybe can I work on? And what am I really good at? And what should I focus on? What are my strengths? It's important to ask those questions and really channel your answers from your higher self, from your higher consciousness, from your higher awareness. Ask them to channel through you, because it is you on a higher level, another extension of yourself. Ask them for help. Like, all you have to do is ask for the help, for the guidance, for the protection, for the abundance. You just have to ask. Don't expect, but have faith. There's a difference. It's so important to know the difference between expectations and having faith that it's gonna work out no matter how it works out. Expectations are on how it's gonna happen. It's not about the how, it's about the what and the why. And what's gonna happen if you don't go after your goals? What's gonna happen if you don't go after your evolution? That, like, you're just gonna become complacent. And we don't want that. We don't come here to be complacent. If we wanted to be complacent, we would never have incarnated here. We would never have wanted to experience this planet at this time. It's about our evolution together as a collective. That's what we're doing right now. That's what this is about. It's not about what can I do for me all the time. Now, yes, self-care is important, but think about on a grander scale. When I do this for me, I'm raising the collective vibration by default because I am part of the collective. Like, it's so important for us to really, really see that. Hope you guys are having a good day. If anyone wants to stage with me, I'm gonna, I haven't yet. At all today. Whoops. Alright guys, so if anybody wants to do a reading, let me know. The link is in my bio for that. Yeah, so if you guys want to do readings, the link is in my bio for donations. I'm doing free collective messages, like if you just want to hang out. I'll do another collective in a minute. But if anybody wants to get a personal reading, we donate. 25% goes to charity. And it says $15 minimum today. So readings are $15, and the link is in my bio for that. And I also, we vote on the charity. So I also like do a little voting where we choose charity together. And I usually work with like endangered species, environmental agencies, stuff like that. It's really close to my heart. So if you work with me, you're not only helping, you know, a single mother and yourself connecting with me, but you're also going to be helping some endangered species. We've worked with the rainforest, with wolves, with like a wolf foundation, and a dolphin foundation. We adopted a dolphin that was really cool. His name's Rocky, and we've donated to them a couple times. So there's a couple different places that I like to work with the lesser known charities, because if you know anything about charities, you know that sometimes the charities that are more well known don't use all the money they're getting for what they say they're using it for. So I like to work with the charities that don't have as much clout, just because I know that they're doing what they say they're doing, and they're very beautiful people. They always connect with me after I donate, and it's great. We'll do a collective reading here. We'll do a quick collective message for you guys. The universe has your back, for one. This is the deck I'm going to use right now. This is just a really cute deck. When I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. Wow. True, man. So true. If you think you've already done the surrendering that needs to be done, think again, because I've had to surrender and surrender and surrender, and I still feel like I'm not surrendered at all. Like when my knee got fucked up, and I've always had bad knees, I like found out, you know, about like because somebody knows about healing. She told me like the meaning behind knee problems in general is an inability to submit, to surrender, to give over the control to the universe, right? So when I give the control to the universe, am I really doing it, or am I just saying I'm doing it and hoping that like they, you know, take the control because I can't let go of it, right? The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. What I was just talking about, having faith, guys. Believing in your purpose, believing in your mission, believing in your fucking goals, believing in yourself, no matter what it is, whether or not like it's believing that I can make it through the day. That is belief enough. That is faith enough. You don't have to always be striving for something. Like just to be able to get out of bed and like have a cup of water or a cup of coffee or whatever, enjoying yourself in the small and little things, like really, really, really appreciating the little things and surrendering the things that we don't have control of, because it's not going to help us if we keep trying to take control of what we don't control. Through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. What did I just say about collective connection? We are all connected. So when I raise my vibration, or you raise your vibration by meditating or doing breath work or getting, you know, contact, like getting into these spiritual conversations, or, you know, watching a podcast, like one of my podcasts or any podcast that is about evolution of self, and all of the beautiful, like Aubrey Marcus podcast is great. Duncan Trussell, they just did a podcast together and it was great. Like, there's a lot of really great podcasters out there that I have a lot of respect for, which is why I started my own. And it's because I know that that is a great way to connect and communicate your beliefs. Alexa, next. Communicate your beliefs without getting in trouble for it, right? Like on here, I might get in trouble for talking about certain things. But on my podcast, it's just my podcast. I can do whatever I can talk whatever I want. I mean, whatever I want in the spiritual aspect, and in the philosophy aspect. So through all of these things, prayer, meditation, all of these things, connecting with your higher self, with your angels, with God, your guides, whatever, the universe, connecting with whatever it is that is your higher power, whether that's within yourself or both, within and outside of, right? It's a matter of seeing that I make a difference just by doing that. I don't have to do, I mean, it's great to do all of the other great things, but you can just start with you, and that is enough. That is more than enough. Being a pillar of light that you are, and just living your life in the best way that you can, and taking the next best action step toward your highest potential, that's gonna raise the vibration of the collective, even if it's just by doing meditation in the morning. I know I'm supposed to read this bottom card. All the songs from last year are coming on right now. Like, is it just me? Because I swear to God, I'm hearing, like, all these songs are from last year. Like, it's kind of cool. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I'm lost. So, this is about attuning ourselves to that frequency, right? To the frequency of love instead of fear. To the frequency of abundance instead of lack. To the frequency of compassion instead of judgment, right? Like, there's so many, like, this way or that way, right? And so we have to decide, we have to make the conscious decision to go this way instead of that way. Because we want to have a world filled with compassion and love. And we're not going to do that by judging other people that aren't compassionate and loving. That's okay if they're not, but that doesn't mean that doesn't mean you have to be judgy. Just because somebody else is judging you, you don't have to reciprocate that energy. You can just say, I don't accept it, and walk away. You don't have to always go back and forth with people that don't understand you. Guys, if you want a personal reading or a question answered, the link is in my bio. It's a $15 minimum today, okay? It's donation based. So the link is in my bio. We donate 25% to charity, and you can always send more, but the minimum is $15 today. So if you guys do want a reading, the link is in my bio. I do questions, cards, fairy sticks, runes, charms, whatever you guys want to do those 5 forms of divination, and I'm also doing some collective messages here. But I'm gonna hang out for a little bit. Hopefully some people will stop in. Give me 1 second. Alright guys, so if anyone wants to do a personal reading, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to be getting off soon. Woo! I'm sorry, I had to go check something. But I am back, and if anyone wants to do a reading, let me know. Damn it! I'm done. It keeps on moving. I don't know why. I guess it's not meant to see everything that's over here, but that's fine. So what we're gonna do is we'll do another collective message before I go. Otherwise, if anyone wants to do a personal reading, let me know, guys. I'm gonna be on for like 20 more minutes, okay? Maybe 30 more minutes. Maybe I'll stay on until 1. If I start doing readings, I'll stay on. If people want to buy personal readings, I'll stay on. But if not, I'm gonna have to get off. Mother Hecate is with us today. I also lit her candle. So if you are connected with Hecate in any way, let me know. I'm gonna ask her to guide me in this next message. So, wow, that's so weird. As soon as I said that, and I clicked this, I'm done. As soon as I said that, I picked up Queen of the Moon Oracle, and she's the moon goddess, and this is the deck I actually just posted a reading from on my Instagram, so it's pretty funny, because I like this deck, but I wouldn't normally go for it again when I just posted a message. But, okay, Mother Hecate is with us. She wants to tell us something about our will and our purity, okay? So, the purity card is reversed. So maybe you're being too, like, careful about what you say and do. Like, I think that this purity card in reverse right now is telling me that we don't have to be, oh yeah, I'm getting chills. Okay, we don't have to be so worried about being fucking pure. Like, it's great to be a good person. I'm not saying to be evil. I'm saying it's okay not to be a people pleaser. It's okay not to do, I have a good luck spell. Actually, you know what's great for good luck? I do offer all different kinds of spells on my site, and I offer customizable spell jar earrings and all kinds of stuff. So you can go check out my site. You can message me if there's a certain kind of, but I do have ingredients for good luck. Strawberry, I just found this out recently. Strawberry stems are good for good luck. So if you like strawberries or you have strawberries, keep the stem, or keep the leaves off of the top of it. Those are good for good luck. But if you want a good luck spell or anything like that, you can check out my site for customizable jars and stuff like that. So anyway, we don't always have to be so careful about what we do and say. Like, speak up, speak your fucking truth, speak and live authentically. Don't hold back because you're worried about what others are gonna say, think, or do. Nobody at this point. The awakening is happening. The ascension is already in motion. Like, there's nothing anyone's gonna be able to do to stop you from speaking up, because so many people are speaking up at this point, they can't stop all of us. They can't. So, if you wanna speak up about something, don't fucking hold back. Wow, she's here. Okay, holy shit, I'm getting chilled. Don't hold back. Have patience with yourself. Give yourself the grace to understand that not everything is gonna happen instantly. Just because you speak up now doesn't mean, like, I started to share my story and everything 2 years ago, you guys, and I'm happy with where I'm at, don't get me wrong, but like, I didn't like instantly, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm still kind of like working on I'm getting my course launched, like, I still have so many things that I'm aspiring to do, but just, that's a great place to start, is just to share your fucking story without any censorship, because there doesn't need to be. Don't censor yourself. If TikTok wants to take your video down, let them. But they're not gonna, that's the worst that's gonna happen. Like, it's not about censoring ourselves. It's about speaking up right now. Like, I feel my throat chakra. Like, I feel like I want to take this necklace off because I'm feeling so constrained right now. The throat chakra blockages need to be cleared. Really, like, they really do. So if you're interested in clearing your chakras and stuff like that, I'm also a Reiki healer, a Reiki master. Check out my website, go to my website, or if you want to message me about, like, if you join the Patreon, we do Reiki there. I do a lot of Reiki healing on my Patreon for my Patreon members, and we're gonna be doing a spell for this fall equinox tomorrow night. So, like, if you guys want to join the Patreon, it's also linked to my bio, and that I offer I have a whole thing about every single chakra, how to clear it, how to work with it, how to find balance with it. That was one of the first things I started to talk about. Anyway, losing my focus here. Having patience with yourself and having the will to step into your authenticity, to unblock that chakra. Like, I really feel like someone's holding my throat right now. Like someone's stepping on my throat. Like, guys, don't be afraid of what people will say or think, because at the end of the day, you're not going to care about that in 20 years when you regret not speaking up, right? And I'm not trying to be mean, but like, look at the void is at the bottom of the deck. You're in that liminal area. I just realized the song that's on. Did anybody else notice that? It's Don't Speak. I'm really happy I lit her candle today. So, it's so important, you guys, to speak up. Like, it doesn't matter what anybody has to say, because at the end of the day, you are who you have to fucking live with every day. And if you bottle all your emotions and all of your stuff that you want to express, that you're meant to express, that you're meant to share, first of all, whoever is meant to hear that message isn't going to hear it, and who knows what detrimental things can happen if they don't hear it, as opposed to if they did hear it and it inspired them or saved them from doing something stupid, right? I'm getting chills, you guys. Like, I'm gonna cry. Like, this is serious shit. Being in the void isn't a bad place to be. It's a place of anything goes. Anything is possible. Anything can happen in the void, and that either can be a bad thing or a good thing. That is up to you to decide. You don't have to stay in this void forever. But if you want to, oh my God, the unexpected is underneath. Expect the unexpected. Whoa! Done. Balance. Find fucking balance in yourself. Balance out your chakras. Do it every day. Do an energetic scan of your body. That means taking, like, I have it in my videos somewhere. Doing an energetic scan is a very simple way to scan your chakra system to see what is feeling blocked or not, right? So if it's warm, it's not blocked. If it gets cool, that means there's a blockage. Like, I'm getting to my throat chakra and I'm feeling like mine's warm, but I know that there's a blockage there for a lot of people. Heart chakra, lots of blockages there too. But like, scanning your body every day with your energy, it's so important. Hey, how are you? So be willing. I have to turn my air on. I'm getting hot. Like, this is like serious. Like, be willing to speak up for what you believe in, because if you don't do it, who's going to? Like, really, guys. If we don't speak up, like, from our life experience, that means someone else is going to have to go through that life experience and go through all that trauma, because the story is going to be shared, whether it's from you or from a person that was meant to hear your story. And you didn't, I'm not trying to be like mean, but this is what really got to me when I heard, like, when I was asked, what's the cost of not chasing your dreams? What's the cost of inaction? The cost of inaction versus the cost of action. Like, the investments, the time, the energy, all of that shit that goes into taking action, right? Versus the cost of not taking action. And the cost of not taking action, when your story is as deep as mine, I went through addiction, a lot of different, like, I'm gonna cry. I went through a lot of different really traumatic experiences, and I'm not gonna talk about it because it'll make me emotional right now. I've been very emotional over this retrograde. A lot has been coming up, and I've been working through it, but it's important for me to share this story, because if I don't share this story, people will die. Like, more, like, addiction is a serious thing. I'm making my course so that I can help people integrate and work through their traumas and their unhealthy coping mechanisms and figure out why they do these things, so that they can transform their lives into something that they want to experience every day, that they want to wake up every day, that they want to go and chase their dreams and live to their highest potential. That's what I'm doing. And all of this, the last 2 years, has been me healing too. Has been me learning to speak up, learning to share my voice, learning to open up to the world. Hi! And it's thank you, guys. Go follow that princess. Thank you so much, baby. So it's so important, you guys, to share your fucking stories. Because if we don't share our stories, someone else is going to have to go through it, and then they'll share it 20 years down the road after they went through all the same kind of trauma. But if you share it now, that 15-year-old that you once were is gonna see it and they're gonna fucking change their lives because of it. Like, I'm really like getting emotional. Like, damn, like this is some shit. And it's so important. It's so important for us to not be like this, especially as women. Especially as women. It is so important for us not to hold back right now. Like with everything that went on with Roe v. Wade and all the other shit, like it's because they're trying to hold on to control that they know they no longer have. Okay? And that is what it is. That's not what is important here. What's important here is to take back your power by holding that power and not giving it away by saying, I can't speak up because I don't know what's going to happen. None of us know what's going to happen. That's what life is. Nobody really knows for sure what's going to happen. It is based on a day, a moment to moment. Anything can change based on one decision, you guys. One decision. If I left a minute too early, I could have gotten in a car accident, type of thing. Like I'm saying, like every little decision we make, that's why it's like fortune tellers, like it's one thing. Like for me, it's like, yes, you can say like what may or may not happen, but I can't be sure what love readings, for instance. I don't really like to do love readings, for one, because I don't have consent from both parties. Unless I see that I have consent from both parties, right? Two, because anything can change within a second. Within a second, things can change. It's just how the world is. It's how reality is. Anything can shift within 1 second to the next. And it's important to be willing to be open to the possibility of you achieving your dreams, because that's possible if you make the right decisions and take the action steps to get there. And I'm not saying you have to do it all right now. That's overwhelming. Start with a daily meditation for 10 minutes. Start with a daily journaling practice. At the end of every day, do a reflection on your day and how you feel at the end of the day, right? Do a daily cleanse. Alexa, next, do a daily cleanse, a daily protection shield. Like things like that, those little things, those little habits start to pile on top of one another, and then you realize, wow, my whole life has changed. And that's where I'm at now. And that's why I'm making the courses. That's why I'm doing it now, because I see now I'm at a point where I can help other people. I'm always helping. It's not about helping all the time though. Making the videos in the beginning, it was just my art. Like, cause I just wanted to share my energy. And I knew I was going to be able to make something of it eventually, but I didn't know how, I didn't know what. I didn't think I was gonna be a reader either. Like, I started off as an artist. If you go back to the beginning of my stuff, it's all paintings. And I even just posted, I just did a painting yesterday because I really needed to just release and get into like my artistic flow again. I love this song. I love this song. I just got back into Nikki. I'm like, ah. But anyway, guys, expect the unexpected, because you can make fucking miracles for yourselves. You can move mountains little by little by little. Every meditation you do, that mountain moves just a little bit more. Every time you do some kind of breathwork or journaling or whatever work, self-improvement work, self-growth, self-care, self-love, all of that moves that mountain a little more. You guys understand it's not all in one day, right? It's not all in 1 week, not all in 1 month, not all in one lifetime, okay? It happens over a span of fucking lifetimes that we have this evolution of self, and that's why we chose to incarnate in this time period. Because if we weren't here to share our story in this time period, the world wouldn't be shifting to the positive, in a positive, even though it looks like it's shifting in a negative way, it is shifting in a positive way too. It has, the old paradigm has got to crumble in order for a new paradigm to be put in its place. I can't just pile on top of the old paradigm. It's not going to work. The old paradigm will suck up the new paradigm. You have to, things need to fall apart in order for other things to fall together. It's like one of the first things we learn, right? It like when we have our first breakup or whatever. In order for better things to fall together, like bad things need to fall apart for better things, whatever the fuck saying is. Exactly. So that's the same thing with the way the world looks right now. It's fucking chaotic because it needs to be. Because we need to have aspiring to something greater. And we all are. That's why we're all here. Because this is a time of great improvement of humanity. And that, as we go up, the people that aren't coming up, and I'm not saying that, like, we're not going anywhere. I'm saying, like, as our energy and our frequency moves up and our vibration ascends, and we just kind of, like, become more and more and more aware and knowledgeable and wise about things, and we listen and we follow our intuition, the ones that don't are gonna go down like farther and try to keep the vibration lower by going lower. So it's like polarity, right? It's the poles are shifting literally. Like, so as we go up, it's like it's gonna start to really go like whoa. So it's so important not to get bogged down by the news and like the stupid shit that we see, like, you know, or distractions like that are out there. Not even necessarily bad things, like distractions, like when Will Smith got slapped. I'm not saying they planned it, but that was a huge distraction. Like right around the time of Roe versus Wade, I'm pretty sure. Like it's shit like that. It's like we have to see like what, like when they're distracting us, and we have to be able to use our discernment and not let that shit phase us. And I know it's a lot easier said than done. I know that, but that's why I'm saying it, because I'm letting you know it's possible. I'm not saying it's easy, but it is a part of why we're here. We're here to make a difference. We're here to make an impact. Whether that is just for our own lifetime and then like our children's, or like on a grand scale where we really want to fucking like be changing the fucking world. That is why I'm gonna take everything I have to invest in my business, because I want to change the fucking world. And I want to help people that are in addiction that can't get out of it because nobody's really giving them the tools they need to do the fucking shadow work and integration. It's just the same shit it's been for the last however long the 12-step program's been out. And I'm not saying it doesn't work. I've been sober 3 years, but that's because I found my own fucking journey. And that's because I've been in recovery 6 years. I've been sober 3. You do the math. 3 out of 6, I've been sober 3 out of 6. I was back and forth and trying to figure it out, going to groups, but still with my ex, and all this other shit was in the way, and distractions and like confusion, and they helped me a lot in group, and it helped me a lot. But I didn't really like the meetings. I liked going to my groups with people I like from my outpatientship, and that really did help me. But like most people, when you think about addiction, you think 12-step meetings, right? And like those can be helpful for people that like believe in God and believe in the Bible, because it's based on that. But if you don't believe in that shit, which a lot of people don't anymore, like that's what I'm trying to get at. Like there's a spiritual connection that I had to make with my mental health, like, and improving them both at the same time while being sober and being a new mom and all this other shit that I had, you know, 2 years ago, 3 years ago when I got pregnant. And everything changed. Thank you. And it's just, I've been through a lot, and I'm writing a fucking book. Like one of the first things I started was my book, and that's because I knew that I needed to share my fucking story. And this was when I was still using you guys. This was when I was like still in the fucking, like I was high one day and I was like, I need to write a book. Like I'm not trying to be, but I was. And I was like, I need to write a book because I'm going through all this crazy shit and I have to tell someone about it. Like I have to write. Like I've always wanted to be, my mom has always told me like I'm a great writer. And I've always thought like I could write movies. I could write, like I wanted to be a screenwriter for like a long time. And even my dreams, like I would write them down because I'm like, this is going to be a great movie someday. And then it would come out as a movie years later. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so it's important to follow our dreams. Like that book that I'm writing is something that's gonna hopefully help people years and years and decades after I'm gone, right? And so is my course, right? Because I'm going to give it to people. I'm gonna hand it down to people that have learned it from me. And other people that have been through what I've been through and see the healing that can be done with shadow work, with a spiritual connection to yourself, within yourself, not looking for it in an outside higher power, which is what 12-step kind of does. And I'm not saying that doesn't work. Like once again, there just has to be evolution in these fields, just like there has to be evolution in the education field, and there has to be evolution in all of the other things and the paradigm. That's like, that is part of the old paradigm. And I'm not saying that like everything has to go in the old paradigm, no. But things need to evolve over time. And if they don't, they become stagnant and they don't work because people evolve. So the things that we're using need to evolve with us, or we're never gonna be able to really grow. Well, I needed rehab. So here's the thing. I needed to go. I still go to outpatient twice a month, like to get my meds and shit. And I'm still on MAT. I'm tapering off now. Like I'm transparent with you guys. I did go to rehab, and I did like have all, and I tried to get sober without it for 2 different times, and I went back after months of sobriety by myself, saying I was going to a program when I wasn't, back with my ex, when we thought we could just do it by ourselves. We always went back. Yes, the program's absolutely necessary. I totally believe that. For some people it is. And it was necessary for me to see like that I wanted a different life, that I wanted to better myself, but everybody is different, and there needs to be more than one option, is what I feel. And people that I talk to about this agree, like there needs to be more than one option. Like the meeting that I used to go to was the Buddhist refuge recovery meeting, and the person that ran the meeting, she was 3 years sober when I met her, covered in tattoos. Like I remember looking at her like, I want to be her. Like she was covered in tattoos. She looked so like she was just exuded this energy of like bad bitch energy. Like she was so cool, and she was so nice, and she had 2 little kids, a boy and a girl, and she was a great person, and I still am friends with her to this day. She's a really amazing yoga teacher now. She's like intense yoga. And when I met her, I like remember, now it's 3 years later, she has 6 years after years, and we've been talking like, wow, like look at us. And it's crazy because she is a counselor now, I'm pretty sure, and she works, and I really have so much respect because she still like runs this meeting where they meditate, they talk about the ego, like they do shadow, like that is where I first really found like a group of people that understood my spirituality on like a level that like the 12-step program didn't really give me. And it was a completely different program. Like it was based on Buddhism and the Eightfold Path, and we would read that. We would read like in the beginning of each meeting, we would read like the Eightfold Path and different things about Buddhism, and it was beautiful. Now I'm not Buddhist, but it was a beautiful thing to introduce me to the different ways you can heal, right? And the ego and all of this. Like we would read a book. There was a book that came with it, and we would read a different piece from the book, different like pages or excerpts from the book in each meeting, and we talk about it in the meeting and our experience with this type of thing. And like that was my first initial like introduction to shadow work, and I didn't even know it was shadow work, you know. So like, and I totally believe that the program is necessary, but I see like I have a vision for something greater, for people to really be able to integrate and maintain their sobriety without going back and forth, because they also say that relapse is a part of recovery, and I have respect for that, but that also gives you an out. It gives you an excuse. Like it does. Like I think it's important to honor that. Like that is a part of getting into recovery. It's gonna happen. Like that really it is, but it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be. That's what I want people to understand. It is a part if you go through it, but you don't need to relapse. You can recover. And I went through 3 years of going back and forth and saying like, well, this is just a part of my recovery, and I would use that as an excuse. I'm like, I'm not saying that everyone uses that as an excuse, but as an addict, like I know how my mind works, and so I know how the mind of our brain chemistry is different, and it's not just substances either. Like it happens with technology, it happens with food, it happens with shopping, it happens with so many different things, guys. And that's really where I want to like make a difference. So the unhealthy coping mechanisms, not necessarily like addiction to start. I think that I can get into that program and that field after my course is launched about unhealthy coping mechanisms in general, because that is where it's at the end of the day, like our brain's doing the same thing with a relationship, with a narcissistic relationship. It's the same thing. Our brain's looking for that dopamine release. No matter if it's a substance, a person, a place, a thing, it doesn't matter. And that's why they say people, places, and things, because all like the environment fucking matters. And we can be addicted to a lifestyle too. We can be addicted to the rush of the lifestyle. Like there's so many different things. There's so many different things. Yes, this is from Five Below. I love Five Below. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. This is really fun. It's just so important to me to make a difference in one way or another for the people that didn't resonate with the 12-step program like me. Like I didn't fully, and then when I found that Buddhist meeting, it really changed my perspective on meetings in general. And like I want to be able to create something for people that don't resonate with it, so they choose to stay in a place of like confusion and unhappiness and unfulfillment and like genuine like depression. Like that's what it is, and it sucks the life out of you. And I have felt this call since like I said, since I like felt like, oh, I'm gonna write a book. And then I was talking to my friend that has her own, you guys know Bobby Joe, has her own shadow work course when I went to visit her in October last year. And she was like, we both were like, at the same time came up with this idea for the addiction shadow. Like, she was like, I wanted to talk to you about that. When I was like, I need to start a shadow work course for addiction, like, and unhealthy coping mechanisms. And she was like, I was gonna talk to you about that. So like, really, like, it's a thing that like, I'm not the only one that sees like, this is something that needs to be done. Because like I say, the world and all of the people in it are evolving at a very quick rate now, like with the awakening and everything. So we have to see that the things that we are doing, like I say with the old paradigm, need to evolve with us. And everybody has a different path. Everybody has a different journey. And that's why the 12-step program doesn't work for everybody, because it's very Bible-based. And like I say, there's no problem with that. But I digress. I was raised Catholic, so I like really didn't resonate with it because I never resonated with the Catholic Church. I'm sweating! I'm gonna turn my air back on. Hold on, guys. I like literally feel like I keep doing this. Why does it keep shutting off? Alright, you guys. I think I'm gonna do another reading. If anyone wants to stage with me, I'm gonna do the Cash App. Oh, okay, cool. Let's do a reading for you. Thank you. Is that... Wait a second. It is Crystal. You changed your name. Hi. I was like, is that Crystal? Oh, what's up, babe? How are you? Thank you. Let's do a reading with you. Which one? Like, do you want me to ask Spirit? Do you want me to get a deck? Mother Hecate's candle is lit. And honestly, she's the one who got that message going. Like, that whole message, that whole thing was like from a reading that the collective message I did with her. Like, she really came through powerful. I felt her energy, very powerful channeling. So if you want, I can channel a message from her if you want me to, or we can just do like a general message from your guides. No, I didn't. Hecate, love her. Cool. Okay, I'll see what Mother Hecate wants me to use for you. Hello, Mother Hecate. I know you're with me. You've been very present, and I love it. I'm like really happy. She's like my patroness. Okay. A deck for my crystal. La, la, la. You really want me to use that one again? She wants me to use the Queen of the Moon. It was a really great, powerful message that came through, honestly, so I think it'll be good. This is the deck that Bobby Joe uses a lot. Holy fucking shit. So hot right now. Okay, thank you, Crystal. Thank you. Okay. I just was confirming that it got sent through. Okay, so let's do this reading from Mother Hecate for my lovely Crystal. That's funny. I almost wore a moon shirt today too. I'm wearing my little moon headband. It has a little moon. You guys can't really see it that well because I'm so far away, but I am wearing a little moon crown here. Actually, it's got a little moon on the top. It's from a while ago. I've had this for a while. But anyway, so we are going to use the Queen of the Moon deck, and I had my moon shirt out earlier, but yes, let's do this message for you guys. Oh, well, for you, babe. Okay. Mother Hecate, what do we have for my lovely? She said to split the deck, and this is the card, okay? This is that beginnings card, okay? This is that portal card, okay? So we have a portal here for you. And now I'm going to see what else from this pile. Protection, beginnings, and then we're going to get one more. Oh, two more, okay. Oh my God! That's actually really cute. Okay, so we have new moon beginnings. Okay, so the new moon's coming on the 26th. So work with that energy. We will be doing some fall equinox work tomorrow, and then on my Patreon, and some new moon work the next I think it's on Monday, the 26th. So if you want to join, thank you. If you want to join the Patreon, we do a lot of spell work and ritual work in there, but you just want to do your own thing, maybe make some new moon water and like charge it with your intention, and then like drinks like a drinkable one, right? And one to use for whatever you want to use it for. I like to charge like my drinking water in the full and the new moon with my intentions underneath. Like I put my whole Brita picture on top of the notebook of intentions. So that's a good way. Yeah, that would be cool if you join. So, and you'll get a free question too. I'm doing that. Anyone that joins, I will give you guys like a free pendulum reading, basically. So, new beginnings, going through this portal, knowing you're protected, okay? Knowing that your dreams are protected, because then we have creation and peace on the other side of the portal, okay? Your peace we found in creating. So whatever it is you've been thinking about doing, or like maybe something that you stopped doing and that you want to get back into, like allow yourself the grace to do it. Allow yourself, make the time to do it, because you're gonna find that that brings you peace, and that is like therapy. Creation is therapy. We are all creators, especially us women. And men that are really in touch with their feminine side, that like have that ability to just flow with whatever energy intuitively that they're given, like whatever intention or inspired action. Follow that inspired action, because it's gonna bring you to a place of peace. When you start to find, like when I finally get into doing something, I'm so happy doing it. Like when I finally sit down and write, I love it. When I finally like sat down and worked on my course, I got like a shit ton of it done. I was so happy. I was so happy and so like relieved too, because it's like I can do this, right? Like we get this like idea in our head and we overthink to the point where we're like, I can't do it. So then we don't ever try. But once we try, we see like it's not that hard. And you are capable. You're more than capable. You're meant to do this. Whatever it is, you're meant to do it because you are protected in it. So follow that creative ability that you have within you and that pull to create, because it's going to bring you peace in a new and abundant way that you've never felt. And that's only going to happen if you're willing to see that you're protected in this new beginning, that you're protected in this portal, that you're protected in your energy, and it's always divinely protected no matter what you go toward, as long as it's going toward what you know your intuition is pulling you toward. You are protected. When we follow our intuition, we are always protected. Like it's scary because we don't know how it's gonna work out, but that's where we have to have that faith that it is already working out. Like it's already worked out. I don't know how, but it's already worked out because Spirit got it, right? That's how we have to really like be in this manifestation process. And then the path is at the bottom and it's blocked, okay? So why do you feel like your path is blocked, girl? Like ask yourself these questions, maybe write them down, maybe do like some journaling. I'm really feeling like some journaling, some automatic writing could help you. Light a candle, ask your guides to come through, meditate for a minute, and then just write. Whatever comes to you, just ask the question and write. Why am I feeling like my path isn't clear? What can make my path more clear? Do I already have the path in front of me and I'm just not seeing it? Like, do I have blinders on, right? So you got to see what it is in these cards. Like, do you feel unprotected? Do you feel like it's going to be stressful? So you don't know if you'll get the peace, right? You don't know, because that is where that trust and faith comes in. Is trusting and knowing that even though I don't know what the pieces are all going to make, it's going to make something very fucking beautiful. And I have to trust that it is. Right, and being open to seeing people for who they really are and being willing to accept it if it's not who you thought they were. And I know that's like a harsh reality to face. I know. I was with someone for 8 years and in a past life for my whole, like, I don't want to talk about it, but I get it. Like, people aren't always who they say they are, who they act like they are. And when you ask Spirit to reveal it to you, it's gonna happen. So like, just if you're not ready, don't ask for it, right? But I think you're ready. Otherwise, like, we wouldn't be doing this, right? We wouldn't be talking about it. So you're ready to follow your path. You're ready to get, like, going up that ladder to your fucking highest potential. But like I say with that other card about, like, the karmic trench, not everybody's gonna be able to climb that ladder with us. And a lot of people are gonna try and keep us in the fucking trenches and not let us get up the ladder if we keep them in our lives, because they're going to pull us back down. They aren't going to come up with us. This is what my counselor used to tell me when I would refuse to leave my ex and, you know, everything else. It's a lot easier for him to pull you back down than it is for you to pull him out. She'd also say, like, you may be outgrowing him. Like, you're here in your recovery process and he hasn't even started it, right? Stuff like that. And I'm not trying to be, like, mean to her. I'm just using this as an example of what she told me and what was true. And I didn't accept it for years. I didn't accept it till I got pregnant and he left. And the universe said, we're going to take him away because you won't fucking leave. Like, and you know what? I must have showed the universe something when I moved out of his apartment. His grandma's apartment, where we were living in a one bedroom apartment with his grandma in the bedroom, and she was like, it was great. She is great, but like, it was small, right? And it was in a really bad area, and I was not sober. I couldn't stay sober living there. It wasn't happening, and I was either gonna have to get in rehab, like inpatient again, or move the fuck out and prove to myself and to my counselors and, you know, everybody else and the universe that I was ready to fucking be better. And then I got pregnant when I went back to stay over on my birthday. After being moved out and sober for a whole month. 1 month. And I got pregnant, and then my whole life changed. My whole life changed. And he was already planning on leaving before I got pregnant, so it's not like he left because I was pregnant, I mean, maybe. But like, he was already planning on going out of state because he couldn't do it here. He just couldn't do it here. And I wasn't living with him anymore, so there was nobody else to commiserate with here. So he really wanted to do better. But I knew I was gonna do better. That's the difference. Like, you can say you want all these things, but do you like know that you're gonna do it? Because there's a difference between talking about it and being about it. And that you guys know that. Body chills. Absolutely, you can only, I'm getting chills too. You can only meet a person as far as they're willing to meet themselves. You can't make them see their potential like you do, right? They have to see it themselves, and the more you try and show it to them, the more they might just resist or like act like they are gonna do it, you know, but they're not. It's not up to you to tell them or make them or be their fucking support system. Like, you have to be your own support system, babe. Like, really, we have to be our own support systems. Otherwise, like, I mean, we have, and that's the thing. Once we become our own support systems and let go of those people that we were supporting and that, like, we know aren't supporting us and that are only draining us and taking from us and not giving anything in return, that's when we're able to let go of the unhealthy people. And maybe that requires some time alone, and that can be really hard. But once you take that time alone and we start to raise our vibration and work on ourselves, that's when the people that are meant for us start to show up. That's when the people that are on our level of reaching our full potential and not needing anybody else to tell me that I can reach my full potential, because I see it in me and I also see it in you, but you see it in you and in me. Like, that's what the difference is. You're gonna call in the right people, but it might not be right away, but it's gonna happen if you make the space for it. That's just the law of, you know what I'm saying? That's the law of the universe. But yeah, that was really good. I liked that. That was really good. She's been very powerful today. I like feeling her energy like flowing through me. It's intense. Like, it's really cool. Alright guys, if nobody else is going to do a personal reading, I'm probably going to hop off. Ooh, I'm getting itchy. Does anybody else want a personal reading? I just got an itchy ear. Like, wait. Oh my god. Okay, I'll wait. All right, we can do a collective message while we wait. I do too. She was like the first deity that I ever really like was full to work with, and Odin. Like her and Odin were like the first couple deities that I really felt full to work with. Change. Acceptance, sovereignty, those are two. Be willing to change your life by changing the things that you're doing every day to something that's going to serve you and serve your highest good. And if that means letting go of some unhealthy people, places, and things, or even distancing yourself, if it's, family, stuff like that, like, you don't have to let it all go. Like, if it's people that are going to be there regardless, like family, you just have to kind of detach from the idea of saving or helping them see clearly. Like, I had to with my family. My family comes over and sees my son daily. My mom's coming over to stay the night, like tonight, to help me with him. And tomorrow I have an appointment I don't want to take him to because I'm an outpatient where I go pick up my meds. And so she comes and stays when I have to go in the morning to pick up my meds. I don't like to take him there. I've never had to take him there. She's the best mom ever. But she also, is Catholic. And she goes to church every Sunday. And I can't be like, don't go to church, you don't have to. Fucking come meditate with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, as much as I want her to see, she doesn't have to go sit at that church. She's never gonna see that because that's just how she lives. And that is a beautiful fucking thing. Because everybody's differences it makes the world beautiful. We don't have to change the people. That's the thing. We want to see them reach their full potential. But it's not up to us to make them reach their full potential. It's up to them. And if their full potential in this lifetime is that, then that is okay. If that is all they are gonna do in this life, I can't waste. It's a waste of energy. Because it's not going to do anything but upset everybody. Because nobody's going to change unless they really want to. And if you really want to change, then do it for you. And focus on your evolution. Not on Joe's or mom and dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about them. It's about you. And then when you start leading by example and living and being a way shower and just living and exuding this energy of, I know that I'm living my truth. And I don't care if you, see it or not. Because it's my life and it's my sovereign truth. And you have a right to your sovereign truth and a right to your journey, just like I have a right to my journey. That is when we can live in fucking harmony and peace. And so we have to start with our own families and being willing to see, it's okay if they don't see it my way, but and if they try to ridicule you into seeing it their way, then that is when you have to set those boundaries and when maybe you may have to cut some people off for a little bit, right? And I'm lucky that I had that as a kid, but I'm a grown-ass woman now. You can't tell me what to do, right? So, and luckily, it's completely changed our relationship. When we stopped trying to tell each other how to live, and just became normal, not normal, but relatively normal and accepting of each other, that is when our relationship really prospered, and I'm able to go out and do things with him now without it being it's annoying sometimes. My dad's annoying sometimes, but he doesn't really tell me. Sometimes he'll be like, oh, you gotta go take him to church or something, but he doesn't make me take him to church. They don't come and get my son every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of acceptance, and especially with parents, it's hard, but it's a matter of acceptance. Hi. So be willing to accept people as where they're at and not as how you see them. Not the potential you see in them. That's another thing that's so important, because that's judging them where they're at. And yourself too. Accept yourself right now where you're at. Give yourself a fucking hug and say it's okay. You're doing so fucking good. Imagine 3 years ago, did you ever expect that this is where you'd be at? No. So, and if the answer is yes, then just keep going and do better things for yourself today than you did yesterday. Make a change now. Don't wait. There's no better time than right now to make your life the best life that you've ever fucking experienced. And the only way we can do that is by accepting people where they are at and accepting ourselves where we're at. And being willing to work on ourselves, but not judge ourselves if we don't get there as quickly as we want to get there. Because just because I don't get million or 100,000 followers as quickly as the other person, it doesn't mean that I'm not making a difference for the people that I'm talking to right now, like the 3 of you. Like it doesn't make it any less. I mean, obviously it's not as impactful, but it's like this is where I'm meant to be, and I need to stop comparing. That is what that is. It's comparing myself to my potential or to someone else's experience. My experience is mine. Your experience is yours, and that's fucking beautiful. I love you guys. I'm gonna hop off. I love you guys. Thanks for coming to my live today. I'm gonna go before my son wakes up, and I'm gonna spend some time with my thing that I can't say on here. I love you guys. Mwah. I hope to see you soon, Crystal. We're gonna be doing the spell work tomorrow. If you can join the Patreon, I would be really excited. Look at my makeup; it looks so pretty today. All right, I love you guys.